Yep, we better get a court case up in here, chat. Basically, you just told me to go back to spawn.
Why is my voice tracker not turning on? Oh, I got a fucking parrot. Give me a second, chat. I gotta pair this tracker because it's not paired for some damn reason. There we go. Okay. I'm just checking out the live fort real quick, and then I'm gonna go to Waypoint for like literally 30 minutes, I guess, because I think they're about to close anyway.
Noted. Hopefully I don't ever need them. There's sort of a few times I ask for something like that. Usually my stock is plentiful enough, but because of the corona situation, I had to use a fair number of them.
Oh, there.
So, hey! Hey DT, how you doing?
I'm doing alright. I'm just checking out here before I go somewhere else.
And I don't use my mana much, so I'm just like, might as well just shove my mana in Crestfalls.
I'm gonna walk around
because.
Yeah, just talking about like the found online.
Nah,
and,
I'm good.
You know,
Oh.
what's your
Big
favorite
Ace?
song? Yeah.
I put the space in there, right?
What is your favorite song?
Pins.
Pardon me. Hello there. Oh, that's a classic pose right there. Oh.
The story about
Oh, pardon me. How you doing?
working an oil rig, and the managers of said oil rig didn't really care about the employees there, and then ended up.
Alright, I'm actually going to go to Waypoint. We'll see what the hell's going on there. I'm sure way late to Waypoint, but I've been feeling kind of sick today and under the weather today. Hey, everybody. Well, not sick. It's just I went hard last night, and it got me good.
Okay.
If I knew he
Yeah,
thought
like, I
we were
didn't
joking,
know.
I would have never done all this.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm friends with Snowflake and Nathan, and they always do some funny stuff, you know, out of Keldor. So I thought, like in that moment when Nathan was beating you up, I thought, oh, is this what we're just doing? We're gonna just beat this guy up as a joke, but like
Okay.
out of Keldor.
Okay. I think this.
No, I'm sorry. I never really meant to report this if he thought we were just joking.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So, go in there and ask Aiden and Snowflake if they were doing it out of care.
No, but
if they were,
I thought
so I
we
can
were
back into
out of
this.
character, but I thought he was walking up to us in character, so I went into character. But
No, because I'm friends with I'm friends with Aiden and Snowflake. I'm friends with them, and we just do funny stuff.
Guys,
Wait, what happened?
guys, let me stop. Let me talk, okay? Listen, when you're in there, you're in character at all times, unless specifically stated otherwise, okay? You're always in character while all there, unless we drag you to the office for something or something like that. But,
I'm gonna let them handle that. Oop, I'm in the wrong avatar when joining here. Oh well, I'll fix that in a second. Whoopsies. I'll let them figure that out. That's none of my business. Dude, adding gamer subs to great flavored water makes it taste like juice. That's hydration right there. That's good hydration. in the wrong one. Whoopsies. Oh wait, I did this wrong. Wait a minute.
If they are Fae or not, they will say, yes, I am a Fae. However, they can, while not lying, skirt around the truth a bit, or tell it to you in a very vague way.
Ooh.
So wordplay is very key with them, which is why, also, know to never give them your...
Not true. What that's all about. No.
Oh. I'll go. Maybe they heard it from someone else. I'm not too sure.
It's Cash. It's
Hello again.
Girl.
I don't know. People always say that I look like Abessa, but I don't even know what the fuck that
who's that?
means.
Oh, Samuel Grabberbones, instead of his name,
I
Master
don't
Forge
really
Master
know what
Sword
that
Man.
means either.
I mean, maybe
Hey,
it's
fellow
because
man
of
of the
Spanish,
forge.
like kiss me, besa means kiss and stuff like that.
Pleasure to meet you,
Oh,
friend.
maybe.
Are they flirting with me,
Likewise.
you think?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm
Anything?
a blacksmith who came here, and all I remember is I'm a
Okay, we'll leave
blacksmith.
Ribs alone
so-
so that he can
Ah.
sleep.
Well, I'm a forge master, so if you have anything made with your tools or fixed with your tools, just let me know.
I told you to sober up before you did that. Come on now.
Yeah, we do apologize for
Give me
anything.
one
It's
second.
fine.
I was just angry.
What happened to him?
Sorry.
My time's in.
Good time.
I didn't want to interrupt. Sorry. I'll let you guys.
Oh no, you're not
get your thing.
interrupting, Nico. You're not interrupting. I'm just
That's
watching.
alright. Can I, on
It's
the other
okay.
hand, can I talk to you for a little bit? Just to let you know.
See the crowd did show going on Friday.
Anything interesting happened today, or is anything going on?
That is the. It isn't.
What happened while I was away for a little bit, taking a nap?
So, Iona's frozen.
Okay.
Wait, what's frozen?
The fire mage, Iona.
Fire mage.
You
Why
know
are
the
they?
little one with all the red?
Yes, why are they frozen?
So, I'll let them explain. They're more knowledgeable in this stuff since I only just came here
I'm about as
yesterday.
knowledgeable as you are because I wasn't there for it.
Physic made a prank on the Ice Queen. She got angry and did a prank back. But he was on Iona.
Okay, so is it going to be reversed?
We're working on that. Ribs didn't take it very well because they're close like that, I guess. You know, like it's kind of like a familial bond.
Understood.
Though I will, I guess in different news, I would like you to inspect my work I've done already and judge on how I about went doing it.
Oh, no,
Because this other forge dude that was also there, he was a bit against it, but I tested the process before I tried it, and it worked.
What are you trying to make?
I know.
It's what I already did make. So, I'll explain to you over here. So, yesterday, when I came here, I overheard someone talking about how in the spring court there was a river of oil.
Yes.
And my thought was, hold up. I remember back for like one of my very few things I even remember, even that is just swordsmithing and all that stuff, that quenching an oil can help the blade, or that's how I did it at least, and it worked out pretty well. So now
Did you
I
make
have
sure
a
all
thing
the impurities were
oil.
taken out when you were working? You have the oil, or?
I already have it right there.
Okay. What you need to make sure to do is whatever material you're working on, you got to make sure the impurities and no cracks are within the blade, because then the oil will seep in there, and as it heats up the oil, it actually separate the blade. So as long as you've done all that, then I suppose it would be all right.
Made this beauty.
Ah, understood. Well, good to know. You'll need a handle on it, obviously.
Weirdly enough,
are you
I feel
okay?
comfortable holding it like this. Oh,
sorry, I had to laugh about something.
Oh yeah,
Can you pull out the sword again? Out of character, can you pull the sword out again?
Yeah.
Yeah, something's not right.
Yeah, what? Oh, this.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. This is a work in progress.
It's in a really weird spot.
Yes,
That is actually quite.
I know how to fix it too. I'm fixing it after this session.
You feel a little happy, friend?
I'll let you figure that out. Anyway, everything looks good so far. If you need anything else, just let me know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wander around and see what other people are doing, but everything looks good so far.
Alright. That's good to know I have at least proper authority to use the oil.
Well, make sure it's away from the flames.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, that is. Be really good. Sometimes you can put, like, different salt on it.
Thumbs up. Remember, pawn is a mana construct.
I thought I'd let you know so you don't walk in.
Is everything going all right with all of you all?
Something very unfortunate happened to a friend today, and we're
Yes,
sort
I'm
of
aware of
talking
it.
about it. Yeah, we're just sort of talking about it.
Are they already fixing
I
it?
was gonna say over there, but I didn't want to, say that Luke has been fucking around with Iona's, with Iona in front of Ribs.
Kaz would have blew up, and so would Ribs. And Ribs is drunk right now, so
and Ribs would have tried to murder Luke. He wouldn't have gone very far because I don't think he can stand up, let alone swing a sword. But so I just pulled you away.
Just say see you later.
Yes.
That's just that was my way of saying see you later.
I will say, since you are a bit more expert and have more expertise in armor. What was your name? I don't even think I ever got her name. The one that follows around the bunny. That one.
The one that follows around the bunny? Which one?
Yeah.
There's like 3.
I don't. The guard.
The guard that follows the bunny.
Yeah.
We got.
Might start a Stormbreaker's instance.
Gave up their eye for some reason.
Oh, I know. No. I know exactly what this is. Fractal and me were talking a while ago about them potentially making a separate construct with the intention of potentially helping out with the crystal downstairs. Because they wanted to try helping with that.
Are there people out and about, I guess?
Yeah.
Scattered. Check medical, I think. There were some people in there,
Which side is medical?
Medical is that building right in front of you.
Did some people get injured today?
Oh, well, Ted woke up finally. A lot of people, it's been in and out.
I think that's it, chat. I want to go back to Lying Fork.
What can I do?
I don't see anybody else really here, so...
Great, like size-wise for you, but the upstairs we do have beds. If you see an open door, by all means, take the room. You're
He's gonna be
burning. Do you
burning
want
them
to
in
see something
half.
funny that broke on the model?
Oh yeah.
So we're blush,
hat?
right?
Good seeing all y'all.
Yeah.
No.
I got a hop.
Oh no.
Burnt. It's very
Iona getting Iona sunburnt after they fucking dip her into the forge to try and unfreeze her.
Oh no, I'm frozen.
baby.
People are ending there anyway. Let's go to Lying Fork. Let's go hang out there for a little bit. Then I'm gonna go make a, and then I'm gonna go to. Oh, hello, all you apes. Did y'all get in trouble?
No, not yet.
First
Fuck that mean.
No, fuck that smooshy, bro.
Of course.
We gonna do it then.
You
need to quit on your addiction of slushy. Okay, close your mouth. Close.
So, the only other one that I can think of would be Themis, but Mom doesn't want me around him.
Roar.
None of my boys are here at all. I'm just gonna leave it be then. I'm gonna go to Wanderers real quick, and then I'm gonna go do my other thing. Bruno, how you doing, Bruno? It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
By the way, you're hired. I don't know. I'm just gonna hire you to work for the agency. I'll figure out something later. You have a job now. Congratulations.
What the fuck is a job?
Oh, that's a good one. And let's go to Wanderers. Oh, my stomach is stomachy. Did I just miss Lone Badger? I swear, did Lone Badger just get off? I was coming in here to say hello to... Oh, I hope you just crashed. Did Lone just get off? I just joined just to say hello to him. Oh, well.
Yeah, she disconnected. I think she crashed.
Oh, okay. They're coming back. That's good.
She just crashed, man. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. You're fine. This is good, doesn't it, people?
person died and now he's alive again, and he hasn't told everyone who he told that were told he's dead that he's alive again?
I see. I don't. I guess. I guess I can.
Just,
I don't know
just
everyone
hound
that
him
you know.
about that if you see him a little more often than we do.
Is this head god?
He's enchanted armor.
No, I'm not. Animated armor.
Oh, that's
Animated
so cool.
armor.
There's a difference.
There is, but
Hello.
like not
Hello,
to the lame.
I am Brutus.
Again, will be. Again, will be
Hello, Brutus.
Hello, I am Brutus.
Hi, Brutus.
Hello, I am Brutus.
Do I introduce myself too? Or is that just
Show you if you want
something
to.
he just says? Like, oh, okay, my name's Rhino. Nice to see you. Oh,
Nice to meet you. I am Brutus, Sir Brutus the Longsword, son of the Mole God, errant knight of the last sovereign, champion of the red to the arena, slayer of the direworm, vanguard of the reeds, and keeper of the hell. You may call me Brutus. Hello, I am Brutus. Hello, I am Brutus.
Rhino, Abyssal Unit, Hybrid Class.
Hello, Rhino. I am Brutus.
I'm Dr. Ellis Mortimer. You
yes.
can call me Ellis.
I'm Justina. Well,
I was
Are you an
originally
Oni?
just because I was seeing what's going on.
Huh?
Are you an Oni or is
When I'm going to walk around.
something else?
The horn is just a design, or I think.
Badger, are you getting back online? Guess not. I guess they crashed. Oh well. Alright, I'm gonna call it a day then. Shortest fucking roleplay session I've had in a while. I'm going to make a Stormbreaker's lobby. Because I want to make a Stormbreaker's lobby. I'm tired, and I want to do one. I'm tired, and I'm going to watch videos in character. Oh. Ooh. Where is my fucking shit? Where's my swimmer sink? There it is. There it is. Okay. Oh. Oh, I got indigestion right now. I'm not even joking. Oh, has something changed? 6:33. God damn. Something's big or something changed that I didn't know about. What'd you change, Luna? Oh. Oh, come on, tracker. Do-do-do-do. Actually, no. I'm gonna act like I'm coming from west, because I'm... Do-do-do-do-do. Okay, nothing changed there. That's the same. Okay. Ooh, I got the burps. They're so big right now. Oh my god. Does control do something weird? Oh my god. The fucking indigestions. Oh. Boop doop boop doo. Boop doop doop boop. How many are we up to now? We still got 11 spaces left. Still, that's still fucking good for Luna. I mean, that's 21. Sorry, I can't do math. There's 11 left, so that means that 19 have been taken. So that's multiplied by 10. That's 190. Multiplied by whatever. Basically making $200 a month. That ain't bad. I'm gonna have to get another water here soon. Holy shit. Oh, let's see. I guess we're gonna do more YouTube videos, chat. Because they're just relaxing. We are relaxing. Oh, excuse me. Ranking root beers. Okay.
Ready to lose the hat and regrow the hair? With Sprays by Hims, you can regain your hair and your confidence. Our sprays are powered by clinically proven ingredients like minoxidil and finasteride, so you can grow thicker, fuller.
Welcome to Bless Your Rank. My name is Matt, and today we will be ranking root beer. Root beer. I cheer, you cheer, we cheer for the root beer. Root beer. It's a liquid. Put it in your tum-tum, and you go burp burp. That's how it works. Root beer. I like root beer. I've always loved root beer. It's in my top 5 drink. There are certain places I go to for some reason. I remember going to Chuck E. Cheese as a kid and always getting that root beer. That Chuck E. Cheese root beer just hit different when you're a little kid. Now everything hits different in Chuck E. Cheese, but that's a story for another time. A very uniquely American drink. Other countries, when they try it, they think it's disgusting. Probably like when we see Beverly, you know, at Coke World or something, we're like, I bet this tastes, and it tastes like garbage. And that's probably what they think root beer tastes like. But root beer, I know all this because I'm so smart and definitely did not look it up right before this, is the flavors in it, sarsaparilla and sassafras. Thank you, Josh. Were used by Native Americans for medicinal purposes. And then when Europeans came to America, settled here, and then they discovered this tastes pretty good, and then also made things with it, and then it became a very popular beverage, especially during Prohibition. By the rest of the country, was like, we need something other than alcohol. But in the South, we were like, we got moonshine. That's when people started drinking root beer, because they couldn't get real beer. So they were like, let's just drink these dirty root water. Again, we had moonshine. And y'all didn't. And y'all probably like, actually, in Kansas, we did have moonshine. I bet it sucked. I bet it sucked. Ours is better. Roll Tide. We have 11 competitors here today, and I know, like, whoa, this is going to be a long episode. Hopefully not. I'm going to try to get through it.
You said the thing, Roll Tide.
It's a lot. Let's do this thing. Competitor number 1, Mug. Mug. This is face dance. Hold on, I got to pay the mortgage. Hold on, girls. Daddy's got to dance.
What the fuck is he doing?
I gotta do something different. I got 11 bottles. I gotta come up with 11 prop ideas with it. On the spot. This is improv, baby. Mug root beer. I know what I know about Mug, not much, other than they got a bulldog on there that's like, he loves root beer. I kinda like that. He looks like, it looks like me and that dog could have some great conversations one night at the bar. This is the guy you sit down next to in a crowded Waffle House, and you talk for hours. You feel like you've been your buddy forever, and then you walk away at the end of the night and you never see him again. But you think about it every once in a while. I hope he's doing good. And I've met a few of those people. Don't know any of their names. But strangers I talk to at Waffle House at 2 a.m., I hope you're at least still alive. Woo! Root beer. It be bubbling. Oh wow, the bubbles are very uniform. Ooh, and then it wasn't. That should. Oh my gosh. So maybe moving forward, I don't make a unicorn horn out of the bottles. Maybe I'm more gentle moving forward. There you go.
I'm so burpy right now,
That's
everybody.
Good root beer. Mug is good root beer. I know it's gonna be tough. I really like this. I don't know. It does taste different out of a can, but I do think this is like if we were doing root beer floats today, I would say it's gonna be hard to beat Mug. Like when I'm making root beer floats at home and I'm trying to get a 2-liter, bottle, and like, family's gonna make root beer floats tonight, I go for Mug first. Something about it just goes well with ice cream. It's good. I wouldn't be shocked if it somehow manages to stay in the top 3 today. I don't know. Things are gonna get crazy today. So I'll say right now, currently in first place, Mug. Competitor number 2, blind grab, gonna go for glass bottle on this one. Hanks root beer. And so it begins. Burp counter. I'm not gonna do it. I know it's gonna gross people out. I'll try not to do it. Try not to do it. Hanks.
I've had Hanks before, it's
one
alright.
I've not had before, but one that I saw at beyond just the Cracker
I have
Barrel.
burps right now like crazy right now.
Soda company. I mean, you can get your drink other places than Cracker Barrel back wall. You've made it. Hanks Gourmet Philadelphia recipe. Oh, it's a twist off, but I just like using these. There it is. No, when I. It's the first. Did it. Here you go. Whoa. Very, very different flavor. Okay, Philly. It's got this kind of like caramelly, creamy front that I didn't expect, that I really like. That really, you would think that might make it too sweet, but it just, it's a nice little, Hank knows what he's doing. Hank's back there, he's a little root beer wizard. That's what he is. Dadgum, Hank. Dadgum good root beer you got there in Philadelphia. Shoo-wee. I gotta say, good job, Hank. First place. That was good. I like that. There's a lot more flavor in it, but you kind of expect that in a glass bottle root beer because you just do. I see glass bottle root beer and I think fancy. And Hank delivered. Hank delivered on his promise of fancy. So here's your one chance, fancy. Hank didn't let me down. They won't get that reference in Philadelphia. It's a country song. It's fancy. It's about hey, competitor number 3, Frosty.
Ooh, I've had Frosties.
Had a hillbilly character on it. Kind of looks like John Daly, like without a hat on. John Daly's root beer. Yeah, it's got booze in it. That would be his thing. Oh, Frosty. It's kind of weird seeing root beer in a like clear glass bottle. So it's kind of weird. It looks not as dark. Oh my God. Attaboy. Made in Michigan. Here we go.
It's very
about
sweet.
50% of the cream taste you get in Hanks, but it is on the back end of it. It is not forward heavy. Forward is just kind of carbonation. Like it's not that much there, and then it came in on the back. It's not bad. It's just different, and I can see how like Mug, this would be greatly improved by ice cream. Like it could make it, really good. But I think by itself it's just kind of. But I do like that creamy taste that's in it. I do, and that has been the difference between a high quality root beer and a gas station root beer. And so I will give it Frosty, the snow beer. Sugar versus corn syrup is probably going to bump these up. So as much as that hates me to put a Michigan thing so high, Frosty's better. It just all the way around just tastes better and it's got more flavor in it. It's plain and simple. We're doing pretty good. We're going at pretty good speed. You need to rinse the palate out. It's time. People will complain. Well, how do you drink that many straight root beers? Because I rinse my palate out sometimes. But nobody wants to see me drink water 40 times in an episode. Competitor number 4.
Faygo root beer. Oh,
Faygo since I was like
Faygo root beer was so gross back in the day.
Welcome
I
to
hate
the
it.
first time ever to the show, Faygo. It's been a long Michigan, just really showing out here today. Okay, Faygo. I know that Faygo is, or so they tell me. I've never been to Michigan, but it's a big deal up north.
I'm so burpy right now. Oh my God.
It's their drink. That's cool. I don't think y'all know that we also have it in the South, but to us it is the cheap drinks in the vending machine outside the grocery store. I don't hate it. It's been a long time since I had it, so here we go. Genuine Faygo root beer, old-fashioned draft style. Corn syrupy. Golly, hard to read. This brown on brown. Consider hiring a graphic designer, Faygo, because this shade of brown on brown ain't working for old Matt size. Yeah, it's corn syrup. Ooh, got my nose. Bubbles went. Yeah. This is. I can see why the juggalos like it. It really wakes you up, you know, because you get the bubbles up in the nose, and then you're like.
The gigolos.
Just like a
The
clown.
gigolos love Fago.
And what? Scream, jump on table. I want to do these things because there's nothing else to do in Michigan. Watch the Lions lose.
Oh golly, this is the fizziest fizzy bit drink I've ever had. Mr. Fizzy Fizz Buzz. That's it's not big on flavor, but it is on the fizz. You're getting dangerously close to like some LaCroix level stuff here, Fago. So just chill out, all right? You want to go down that road? I don't think so. You look like the same kind of people like me.
This is
that when
definitely
you first
fourth
saw
place.
LaCroix, you pronounced it LaCroix, because you don't know any better. Because you don't care. But anyway, this is not good, Fago. Get it together. Last place. Competitor number 5. Dad? Hey there, it's me, Dad. You're Root Beard. I'm your father. But this is a cane sugar one, and it is out of, produced under the authority of the Dad's Root Beer Company, LLC, in Jasper, Indiana. Jasper, didn't know you existed. First of all. Second, you're like our sister Yankee City to my local big town, Jasper. What's it like up there? Do you have a very crowded Walmart as well? Did you get a Starbucks that has way too many people at it? And do you also have a fantastic Applebee's? Do you have a Jasper Mall? No, only we do. That was satisfying as hell. Oh my god. You should have seen a little smoke coming on top here. That was pretty good. I like that. It makes me, when I stick a couple of these root beers in me, I start talking like this. Here we go. So normally I think in root beer, you don't want to taste the roots. But maybe that's all root. No, that tastes like you bottled sap or something. Oh my god, is this expired? Oh, Artel ain't got no dates on it. We don't believe in dates in Jasper, Indiana. America's premium root beer, my butt. Hey, why does it got vitamins in it? What the? Why do you got vitamin D? Nobody. It's good for you. It's a vitamin drink. It's an elixir. Nope, it's definitely that. God, no. Tastes like medicine. Golly, that just reminded me that there's a thing with root beer up there, because my old roommate in college lives up there, and one time he brought me this like gallon jug of root beer that was like not labeled, and he was like, they make it fresh. And I tried, and I was like, this is not root beer. This is doo-doo water. You're drinking doo-doo water. And I think it just kind of like this. They're not Indianians, Hoosiers think that they were drinking and making root beer, but it's poo-poo water. And nobody's got the heart to tell them, because they're nice people, but they be drinking poo-poo water. So last place for that. Sorry, not my dad. You are not the father. You know what's a lot better than Dad's root beer? Merch. My merch, especially at
I got so many burps on.
Get all kinds of shirts like this new one. But get it. It's like
God, I gotta get rid of these
another
burps,
logo
man.
you've seen.
These are so bad.
Maybe.
Oh.
A real Southern hero is getinplace.shop.com. You can find them if you want it. If you don't want it, then stop looking at it. Okay?
Oh, my throat's hurting.
Here we go.
Okay,
We got
yeah.
more to go.
Be-
Here we go.
be right back, chat.
Let's do it. Competitor number 6. Oh my god, this is gonna be like that, isn't it? Please don't be from Indiana. Please don't be from Indiana. Contains milk from Washington. What are you Yankees doing to drinks? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? You put. Stop doing the dance. I'm Brownie. Look, I'm Brownie. You want milk in your root beer? Milk in your root beer. Okay, so normally these have just, when you pop them open, there's a little, like, cool little, but this just, like, floated and then went back down. I guess because you put milk in it. Smells like a hospital room in the 90s. I don't know what that smell is, what y'all were using in the 90s, but it's like I'm going to see, like, a relative in the hospital. And Mom's like, we're not going to be there long, and y'all better behave. And you just sit on the floor because there's one chair, and you're like, can I play with a glove? Can I get a glove? And you blow it up. And you're like, oh, I got turkey. Oversharing about my past, hoping that it's relatable. If you made a latex glove turkey, let me know in the comments. What'd you name your latex glove turkey? That's a good one, and I would love to see you're very creative, y'all. Come up with some good names for your latex turkey. The things that have been said on the show. Brownie, milk, root beer from Washington. Oh man, that is too. It's like a butterscotch drink. You know how I've been like, oh, this is cool. It's got a cream taste. Brownie's like, what if we put real cream in there? And that's what they did. And it is a lot of that. It's too much. It's not like root beer at all anymore. But it's not gross. I would drink it again, but I refuse to call it root beer. I mean, I see you call it caramel cream beer, and that makes sense. You've made your own little distinct category of root beer, but it is not. It doesn't belong up here. I don't want any more. It's not worth the calories. That damn wasting that. There you go. Oh my god. All right, here we go. Competitor number 7. Oh, hello, friend Mark. Barks. It's got bite. Barks. It gets confusing on the origins of Barks because I think Louisiana and Southern Mississippi claim it. One of them was like, oh, we invented it, and then one was like, we're the first to bottle it, and then I'll just let y'all know, the rest of America don't want to get in the middle of it, okay? We just want y'all just fight it out, then let us know who won so we can know who to credit for Barks, okay? Because right now I don't know. Years of doing Southern content online, I've credited each, and the other side's gotten mad. I'm done. Okay, Louisiana, Mississippi, fight it out, let me know. My money's on Mississippi, because they don't fight fair. They got a lot of time, nothing else to do, they love to fight. But if Louisiana's drunk, look out. Barks, corn syrup one, and it's also got caffeine in it, which from my understanding is what gives Barks the bite. Also, this is a root beer that my mom did not allow me to buy when I was a kid at the gas station, because it's got caffeine in it. And she said caffeine made Little Matt hyper, too hyper. Here we go. Barks is such a unique flavor. I mean, gosh, all the rest of them are just trying to be the best of this generic root beer flavor, and I feel like Barks has carved out their own little lane, and they dominate that lane. And it's a good root beer flavor. Barks always gets a spot. Fountain drink Barks? Are you serious? That's the best Barks you can get. And it's not easy to find. But when you do, buddy, you better get on it. You better get on it. Gosh, if they made up, they do. I think that they do. I have seen Barks.
He's not wrong.
I bet those have cane sugar in them.
Yeah.
Crap. I didn't see any of those out there. But I'm going to get them next time I see them because I bet that is incredible. Because even with the corn syrup, this is the best root beer up here. Wow. It's just so good. It's just so different. It sets it apart.
Barks was one of my favorite. Before Coca-Cola, I think, bought them when they were independent. That was better. Because canned Barks was the shit back in the day. That was my shit.
Good. That's an excellent catchphrase too. If you like to use it, Barks. You've got to fight right now for your origins, but when you get done with that, you come over to see Uncle Matt and write me a check for that. I ain't give it to you for free. I know you're all about Coke. You got money, and I got rats. Oh wait, rat update. I've pulled back. Traps that were set out, you know, they've been taken away. I think it's time for a ceasefire. I'd like for the rats to come to the table, not literally, and let's discuss this. Let's talk about how we can not live together anymore. You gotta go. But, you know, I don't like having to
exterminate you.
Oh, actually, the real update is there's now a facility that practices softball right on the other side of the wall. So they hit softballs against the wall. So I miss the rats. Somehow softballs are now the #1 nuisance of the studio. Softballs, rats, baby snakes, birds, cats on the roof. Golly, we got a problem here. Anyway, competitor number 8. Oh, this is Virgil.
Virgil's I love. We had kegs of Virgil.
It's so weird.
I've had a keg of Virgil's.
Label is interesting. It's got this man who is muscular and has a great beard and hair, you know, overrated. And he's got 2 giant steins of root beer. And meanwhile, next to him are 2 kids on 2 tree stumps. One is a young boy, fists in the air, just so excited for the root beer. The other one is a girl holding a Siberian husky puppy. Just a lot of imagery. I'm sure it has meaning, but I don't care. It is from Connecticut. Yankees are at it again. A cane sugar, not carbonated water, sparkling filtered water. Brother. Here we go. Whoa, what the heck? Mushroom extract. Mushrooms aren't roots. It's a fungus. And now it's among us. Thanks to you, Virgil. You big, muscular dum-dum. This is like watered down Faygo. I really don't. It's just, the root beer flavor is not offensive. It's just so light. I wish I kept receipts. I would love to know if this was very expensive, because if it is, oh my God, what a scam. It just tastes like watered down Faygo, spot on. So I got to give it the edge over Faygo. I'm going to give Brownie the edge over that Brownie again and have that. It's just so wrong. Also, you put mushrooms in it. Don't know why. Don't like that at all. You can't just be rummaging through the forest, grabbing whatever you see, Virgil, and putting it in the pot. Okay? There's a science to it. Root beer is a science. Okay, Virgil? You can't. Yay! Give me that husky. Number 9, Abita. Abita to root beer. Abita root beer. Root beer. Abita.
Abita has good beer too.
Put a root beer. Put it in your ear. Root beer. Get it? Running out of jokes. Too many root beers, not enough root beer jokes. Am I right? Here we go. Let's get this over with. Abita bottle by Abita, the brewery in Louisiana. Got cane sugar. Just, yeah, not a lot of ingredients. They keep it real simple over there. And I appreciate that. And I like their beer. And this caffeine free too. They really, you gotta differentiate down in the South because we just be spiking it with the caffeine. Whoa. Here we go. It tastes like medicinal. That's not how I remember this tasting. What happened? I haven't had it in years, but I remember thinking it's great. But there's some weird flavors in here. I don't know if they've changed the recipe or I got a bad batch, but this is not at all like I remember it being. It's like syrupy and not a good syrup. Oh no, I do not like this for a company that I like. Oh gosh, but you know what? Harken back, fast food sweet tea ranking. I had to do things that hurt me to Whataburger because that sweet tea was bad. And this root beer is leaving an aftertaste too that I don't like. Crap, I hate doing this. But something's not right. I don't know what they've done or if it's this, but that's still their fault. Oh, the mouth of the burps are bad. Burps are bad too. Tastes like a candied chicken bone. I don't know. It's the best way I know how to describe it. You like
candied
chicken bone. What is that? I don't know, but can you taste it? That's it. That's Abita root beer today. That's what it tastes like. Oh my gosh, that's disappointing. We got 2 left. Let's see if we try to end it on a good note here. Competitor number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you are. A&W. A&W. 270 calories of sugary beef. And just kidding, it's corn syrup. A&W. A&W is a big thing. Like, they have restaurants, and their mascot's this funny, goofy-looking bear. I like him. I want to give him a big old hug. He looks like a big old huggable bear. And we don't do those restaurants down here. It's like a northern thing. I don't even know what it's... I don't know how you get a restaurant, A&W. Like, how does a drink get a restaurant? How do we get Sunkist a restaurant? That'd be fun. How do we get a Dr. Pepper restaurant? This is the only show that's going to ask the important questions. Just remember that. Here we go, A&W. I mean, it's falling right in line with mug. It's like the Ford is just the fizz. There's nothing offensive about it. I mean, it's got that good root beer flavor, but it's just kind of a little bit more subdued on the back end because you're just kind of overwhelmed by fizzy carbonation. I think real sugar would definitely help it out here, but I think the corn syrup is kind of limiting its abilities. Whereas Barks has so much flavor that it lifts up above that because it's corn syrup, but it's doing a lot more work. And this is just falling right in line with mug. I think this is going to be... Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I give the edge to mug on that one. I think mug is better than A&W. There's just more flavor in this. There's just not as much on that. That's disappointing. Kind of sad. We got one left, though. And maybe it could change the game because it's pretty popular root beer. Last one, competitor number 11. Irritable bowel syndrome with a C. IBC root beer. Irritable bowel cat. I am bottle hand man. I didn't do 4 years at Upright Citizens Brigade to not do my best work with these props. I didn't do any years at Upright. I didn't leave Alabama roadside. Here we go. Oh gosh, come on. IBC. Yeah, this has been around for I don't know how long since I was a kid. It was a super special treat when I was a kid. Growing up, it was like it'd be like your birthday if you were gonna get, and you had to talk grandma into getting a 4-pack of the glass bottle IBC root beer. If you went over to somebody's house and you saw it in the fridge, you're like, they got money. And then you come to find out like you could get it in bulk at Sam's for, you know, a respectable price. But it's good root beer. At least from what I remember, it's been a while, but here we go. IBC root beer made with cane sugar. They're proud of it. Put it right here on the front. Where is IBC from? It says Plano, Texas here. Dr. Pepper gobbling up all the baby root beer brands. Dr. Pepper. Here we go. There's some nostalgia in a bottle of IBC root beer for Matt. There's something special in it. And I'm going to try to look past that, but it is bringing me back. And I would savor it every sip because I know I'm not getting another one. Shoot. Flavor. First, let me say that the fizz, the carbonation in it is perfect. It's like it's not over too much at the beginning, and it's just nice and smooth. Flavor is nice and smooth from start to finish. And I feel like there's just a little bitty hint of the cream on the back end. But I think there's an IBC cream soda thing that's also very popular. So this is root beer. Like this is what, when you open the dictionary and you look at root beer, they're going to put a picture of root beer. They're going to in my mind, you put a bottle of IBC root beer in it. This is so tough because Barks is so good and it's so unique. But I think just the fact that IBC is playing the root beer game and they're playing it true to form and they're playing it better than anybody else, I'm going to give the edge to IBC. I am. Now, I will say, had I found, and I will reserve to like hunt down again a glass bottle of Barks root beer and see if it has cane sugar in it, and we'll see. but this is the most readily available form of barks, so that's fair to use this. That's how I justify that. Yeah, so first place IBC, second place very close. On a different day, I might have given it first place, but it's so daggum good. Barks root beer. And surprise for me, had never had it before. Hank's is delicious. This is good root beer. And I understand now why it's starting to pop up in more places, because it is good. Not really surprised. This is good middle of the pack root beer. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. There you go. That has a lot of root beer. I can drink a lot, I think. My belly disagrees, currently. Yeah. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, check out the other Bless Your Rank episodes. And if you like this shirt, ooh, grits. Oh my God. A real Southern hero. Along with some other great shirts. I got all kinds of stuff in there. And I'm adding shirts, trying to add something new every single month. Go check it out at getandplayshop.com. Oh, and make sure you subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. Like the video. And call 911 and tell them about it. Don't do that. Don't put the phone down, kids. Don't dial 911. Call your mom. Call your mom. Call your mom because you need to. Call your mom because she loves to hear from you. And then tell her about Matt's Bless Your Rank and tell her she's going to know who won. Mom, I can't.
What do we got next? See what we got. Ranking lemonades. This old crack house, let's see.
Dude, can you see that? The basement caved in. Day one of owning a crack house. This is gonna be a challenge, but I think we can do it. Day two of owning a crack house. I'm a little stressed. Boom! Filling in the foundation. And it's leaking there. Not Frank beyond bricks. It's gonna be like an easy cover. Do you know what that means? Right there. So that is a return. That's gonna be sucking extra oxygen in. Where is that at? So here's the chimney. It's on this side of the chimney. Ugh, me. Welcome to another edition of this old crack house. The time has come. It is almost the day of reckoning, where the crack house is complete. And the only thing we need to do more is to fill up the crack house and make it a crack home, right? So I'm back at Buffalo House. Help me out and bring. I can hold up one thick. Oh, this motherfucker fit. Oh no. Oh God, it's close. Oh God, it is so close. Tell me that the. Oh God, it's so fucking tight. Oh my God, it makes it. Oh, it just barely makes it. Oh, do I put this in? How hard is it gonna be to get it out? Oh man, do you see the stress that this is bringing me? I'm gonna show you how tight this gap is that this thing has to slide into. I gotta put cardboard underneath both these legs just to try and slide it in, because there's no way. That's one side. That's it. That's all I've got is one C hair away. And then this side, which is, I know it looks like it's not, but it's in there. Like, we got it. And then, but the second you do that, you have to like, pull it back a little bit. God, it's right there. And it's right there. I'm like the king of close calls here, and I'm not enjoying the crown. Okay, let's get, Jesus. Basement Jesus. Cardboard. Okay, let's get the cardboard underneath the legs. Let's slide it in place. Let's be happy with the way that it looks. Positivity, because that's what this is about. It's this whole thing is about positivity. can't even let the cardboard sneak out the side of this because it'll go up against the cabinets. Okay. Okay, come on. Jamaican bobsled this song in there.
Feel the rhythm! Feel the rhyme!
Oh no, what are you hitting? The ground's not level in the crack house, obviously. The floor's not level. In fact, it's probably one of the worst floors I've ever seen. Second only to the first house that I ever owned that cost $45,000 for me to buy. And I still needed a loan because I was 19. Okay, so this, although it looks up and down, is not. And I think you can kind of see the gap, how the gap is large up here and then not down there. So I have to make the legs go up and down to match that. And once I get that done, I can slide it in there. And whenever I have to work on the gas line or plug this thing in or clean back there, I'm just gonna pull it out enough to literally climb over the countertops and just get back there and do that. So, all right, let me mess with the legs and try this again. I have like a headache, but it's halfway in. It's halfway in, right? So it's not bad. Let's look at it. That's how much space we have in between the cabinet and the stove. Like the granite countertop is kissing the stainless steel. It's like barely not touching. And on this side, you've just got a tiny little gap. Look at that gap. That's it. That's all we've got. That's all we've got to play with. But it's there, right? Let's look at it. Let's take a step back. Take a step back. We're looking at it. We're saying, hey, what's it going to look like over there? Oh, there it is. It's going to look like that. All right, now I got to drill a hole in one of these beautiful cabinets so I can put the line for this dishwasher in that cabinet underneath the sink. I hope an inch bit is enough. If I need a half an inch and a half, I'm just gonna go home and just count this as a learning experience. I'm gonna definitely need somebody to help me put that microwave up there. I really hope that the microwave covers that hole too. If it doesn't, that means I've got to do drywall, which I don't want to do anymore. I thought we were done with this. We're almost there. Okay, we're almost there. Positive vibes. Positive vibes. We're almost there. There's a first time for everything, because at this moment, my hose is just too big for the hole. Get it? Hose. Too big for the hole. Huh? Right? It's a sexual innuendo. You wouldn't get it. Although I feel like most men do. All right, well, I guess that kills my day. The only other thing I can do now is just open up the box for the microwave, maybe stencil in a spot where I can drill a hole for the electric cable, the plug. Words are hard when you're frustrated. All right, well, I mean, good news is that we've got all the cabinets in. So all the cabinets are in. The stove fits barely. Well, and we've got a bunch of shit here that I bought for the house. So we're making moves. We're making, as Cardi B would say, we're making money moves, right? Oh, Cardi. No, she drugged men and stole from them. That's not good. I guess I'm just gonna have to stop by the hardware store. Yeah, I guess that's it. And then get a battle buddy to come help me put some of this shit in. So along with some furniture and towels and things, we got a washer and dryer down here. Well, I mean, it's just attached to the, it's fine, it's fine. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Nice little Speed Queen washing machine. It'd be a Speed King, but men don't do laundry. Anywho, and a dryer, GE, General Electric. I don't know why I have to explain the brands to you, but I'm just excited. They're on the slab. Everybody sees the slab. I got the washer and the dryer. I got the hookups. I got the gas. I got the slop sink over here. Everything. is coming together. This is gonna be livable soon. I'm like, I just gotta get more toilet paper and some beds, and then you could stay the night here. And why is there a wet spot right in the middle of the basement wall? Do you see this? You do? Yeah, me too. I don't like that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's been thawing a little bit here in Buffalo, but, well, it's not caved in, and the sump pump's doing its job. But I want it drier in here. I want it drier than a 70-year-old you know what.
Let me show you.
Sink, beautiful. Mirror, handsome. Lights, almost done, except these things. The little chalices that are supposed to go up here and go around the light, boop, like that, and look super neat. They don't have any hardware. The hardware's gone. Why is the hardware gone? I don't know. Who returns things to Home Depot missing? A lot of people. A lot of people do. Okay, that was the wrong question to ask. The right question was, who purchases a random light sconce thing to only take out the screws that hold the sconce in? Who does that? Who does that? You tell me. Tell me who does that. I don't know who does that. I don't know. Now I gotta get screws for this, if I'm even gonna find them somewhere. I mean, I have a secondary light that's the same thing. I bought 2 of these, and I'm sure I could take the screws from that and put it in this, but I don't wanna handicap another light for this one, because I'll be in the same boat. And I'm not gonna go to Home Depot, shut up. I'm not gonna go to Home Depot and I'm not gonna do the same thing that the did to me. It just doesn't. It's small things, it's a small thing, but sometimes small things lead to big things. Like me sex starting a pistol. Yeah, I don't need a ladder, I'm good. If I can get it underneath there, I set it on my shoulder and then I can get these doodads in there. I'll probably go for this one first since there's more room. Let me put my tools over here so that way I don't steal your shit by accident or on purpose.
I was gonna say it won't be on accident.
Mm-hmm. All these fantastic Milwaukee. Wait a second. You're missing like 1 or 2 Milwaukee sets. It's all DeWalt and Ryobi. It's just a mix. All right. All right. You grab that end. I got this end. Okay. Well, let me get the cable up. We should have got the cable up first.
You think?
Yeah, all right, lift it up. Well, at least I drilled that hole right.
You're not in yet.
That's what she said.
You want that ladder now?
I was just about to say, didn't you ask me if I wanted a ladder? It looks like it's almost there.
Let me sit on your shoulders. You can hold the microwave, I'll do the top stuff.
You hold on, lower the front of it a little bit. All right, gotta push it back up. I might have drilled the cord a little deep.
All right, hold that there for a second.
Okay. You grabbing your ladder? All right.
It's at my house, so hold on to that.
Well, that's not nice. Well, there you go.
Move over a little bit. You're taller, you can go.
Okay.
That's your house, keep going.
Okay, yeah, it pigtailed. And I don't think my side's connected or locked in.
Cordless. You got it started and driving in?
Yep. Don't you do that to me. Don't you.
Gotta go.
Sucking it to it. Like I can see the bow in the thing. All right, I think that's it. What are we in Japan? My appliance is singing to me. Mm-hmm. This one. It's so happy.
I should have saw it.
Boo, 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 boo. This is cool as it lights up. It's very exciting. Where is the time? Power level beverage clock. It just covers that hole. It's like, it's got like that much of the hole out, but you can't.
Yeah, when I saw the bracket up in place, I figured it would be good.
Yeah, you can't see anything. That's phenomenal. Take the plastic off of it. Let that stainless steel breathe. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. The piece de resistance.
That's what that's for.
Yep. Oh, that's cool and weird.
Put that in there, see if it'll heat it up.
Okay. You're the electric guy. You're the one that's gonna have to fix it. Well, it's just gonna toast the microwave. It won't do anything to the electrics anywhere else. Why are you telling me to put random things in here and heat them up? I know how a microwave works. Dude, the lip of this plate sticks out.
Well, you gotta.
Yeah, I know there's a lip in here. That's interesting. I didn't know that it would do that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Dude, this is awesome. It's all touchscreen. It lights up. This is nice.
Well worth that $6,000 you paid for it. Was it that much?
I don't know how much it was. I know that it was a great price because I got the hookup with the cousin. Yeah, garbage box. Everybody needs a garbage box. Looks phenomenal. Who would have thought this garbage house would just like start coming together? 4 years. Okay, the other day, you remember when I was like, who doesn't have the screws for the sconces, right? These things that go up over the light and are supposed to sit there like that, right? Who takes them out of the box? Well, I have got good news for you. The fantastic people at Home Depot. Boom. Look at that. Look what I got. I got these. I got these to put up here so that this bathroom can be basically done. It'll be all done except for hanging up the shower curtain, but I have that. Let me tell you the quick story about getting these at Home Depot. Well, I went to Home Depot trying to find if they had any additional just like random ones of these things hanging around. And I walk up to a nice lady and the nice lady's like, hey, how are you doing? How can I help you? Do you need help? And I go, actually, yeah, I'm missing these doodads. Hard to explain, but they hold the sconces onto the lights right here. And she's like, well, you know what? I can help you out. I can help you out. She opens up a box and gives these to me. As just I'm gobsmacked. I'm like, oh my God, you can do that? She's like, yeah, this is Home Depot, we can do that. I was like, this is amazing customer service. How do I buy these? She goes, you don't, you take them. They didn't come in the box? I go, no, they just weren't in the box. She's like, the box was sealed? I go, yeah. She's like, take them. You angel, you Home Depot angel.
Home Depot angel.
God bless you. So now I'm gonna put the sconces in. Let's do that, even though I've got one light bulb. But that's okay. How's the back of my head look? I can never really tell. I've got a crease back there like Terry Crews. I don't know. I didn't hit record. You missed out on an important piece of information. The sconce screws. Say that 10 times fast. They don't fit. Ready? You ready to see this? Let's do it on this one. Okay. Oh, stop your face. Get off my face. Stop face f***ing me. Exit the face lock. Okay. See the light? See how this doesn't go in there because it's lame and stupid? How about this one? Let's get a close-up. Oh yeah, oh, it's just so tight. Oh, it just won't fit. Now I gotta go in the basement because I believe it's zooming. Why are you zooming? Stop. No more zoom. Stop the zoom. Whatever. Now I gotta go in the basement and see if the light fixture that I have that's very similar to that, it might be the same one, if it's got the screws. So I'm gonna Frankenstein one thing and then hope that I can find something else for the other one in the future. Great, grand, wonderful. They look like they're the same size. They look like they're the same size. Why would you have two different sizes, Home Depot? Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that? Why would you take away my happiness, Home Depot? Your worker did so many good things. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go upstairs and just see if it works anyways. Cause you know what? F it. A pox on the person that stole the doodads that held my sconces to the light. A pox upon them, I say. A pox on them and their children. They're the same flippin' size. Oh. What would you say we do here, huh? What is this? Gosh, dang it. I came into a conundrum. Although my father is a plumber, he was in the hospital yesterday, so he couldn't help me. But Chris is here. Hi, Chris. He's with Aero Electric, and he's also very talented at telling me how dumb I am, which is a full-time job whenever he's around. And I'm looking at this gas line, and I go, Chris, I don't know how to measure gas lines. I go, the outside diameter is 1 inch, but the inside diameter is like not. And I don't know what the diameter is for the stove. It's right there, that tiny little nipple right there. As flexible as I am, I can't get underneath the stove. It's too small. But I did get a 1/2 inch 90-degree elbow for the gas line so I can have it go directly underneath the stove and not have an issue and put the stove directly against the wall and everybody's happy. And Chris goes, well, if you're not sure what the nipple is to the stove, why don't you just take that 1/2 inch elbow that you've got and put it on there and see if it fits. And then you'll know that your stove is 1/2 inch. And sure as it's 1/2 inch because of problem solving. I can't tell you how happy I am that I don't have to live in this world of wonder anymore. All right, that's my update. Now gas on, no leaks, looking good. Time to connect it to the stove. Okay, finally, we got it done. Forced it in there, tested it. It's on right now, and there's no leaks, no smells, no nothing. So, we'll see, right? I guess we just gotta look at it in like the next day or two, and if the house smells like gas, then we gotta undo it, because I might have stripped something. I don't think I did. I think I squashed the shit out of it so that it works now. Like, look at it, I don't think that it's off its threads. It doesn't look off its threads. It looks fantastic. Look at that gimbal 360 view. That top washer right there. All right, now it's time to move this and put it in here. Get a video. Show you what it looks like. Okay, I just realized that I do not have my microphone on. All right, so look at here, let's do this. This is stainless. Stainless steel, okay? You can't put a stain on this one. Even if you can, because it was stainless. They should just call it no stain steel, because it's so gosh dang infected by stains that you couldn't do nothing. Couldn't do nothing. Let's see if we can't get this thing fire started, okay? Let me get the tops on this son bitch, see if it works. Okay. We got a couple of these things here. We got this one. Okay, that looks like that fits right there. So we got this little turning one. Okay, we got a turning one there. We got that one right there. All right, that one right there. That goes there, and I believe that goes there. Then we got wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Let's try one. Oh my goodness, that is too much gas. Good God, is this just a quick ball one? Oh my God. Gosh, all these things are so gosh darn. Nope, don't do that. Oh my God. These things are pumping out fire.
Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
Carl, let's see if we can't. While these things are pumping out fire here, sweet hot good Lord fire, is there a way in which this needs to go on? Is this in the Mitchell? Huh? Is this in the Mitchells? Or sounds sad there? Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on now. How are we getting this down here? Okay. Is this supposed to go forward and back? How is this doing it here? Okay, is that it? Okay, yeah, we got the, okay, we're figuring it out, all right? It's not just easies and peasies here. All right, now that we got these things. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that heat. Look at that heat coming off that some right there. I tell you what, if you was a pot, you wouldn't know what the hell was going on. We got you on low. We got just a little one now. We just got the little one, just a little baby one right there. Just a little center flame on that one. And then we bring it back up. Boom, and we got the outside. Oh, good Lord. And that flame is just a beautiful blue hue. Oh. Well, let's take a step back. Let's just see how this whole thing looks here with the sun shining in. All right, we ain't even take the plastic off of this on yet. And I'm trying to show you what this is. Ooh. Yeah, look at that. Ooh. Oh, it's so official. Look at the sun coming in. This could be yours for just 5 easy payments of $10.99.99. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now I just got to get a fridge, a 30-inch fridge for here, and then get this dishwasher put into the spot that it's supposed to be put in, and then it's just bedroom furniture. It's just bedroom furniture. And I got furniture for the living room so far. Little couch, huh? What? Huh? You know, a little TV floating up there, a little couch, a little rug action. I don't have anything for the dining room yet. It's gonna be a tight dining room, right? I need to get, because there's not a lot of space between here and the peninsula, the countertop, if you will. So I got to figure out how to get that space. It's gonna have to be a slender table. It's gonna have to be a slender dining room table, so then you can utilize the countertops for food and such. Got some welcome mats here for your dirty, disgusting feet. Gonna have the stairs. Get some carpet on them, so that way people aren't looking at these stained stairs. Not that could you paint them? Yeah, you could paint them, but I think it'd be better if we carpeted them, kind of made them a little bit more quiet, you know, muffled the sounds. Well, what do you say we talk to Basement Jesus, all right? By the way, I can't sell a water heater to save my life. Oh my God. I didn't need to go to Home Depot. I've had 1/2-inch line here the entire time. Whatever, it's new, it's done right, who cares? Anyway, yeah, I can't get rid of this water heater. I was like $450 brand new. Nothing wrong with it, I just installed the wrong one, had to get rid of it. This one doesn't have an exhaust. And I'm getting like lowball guys, like, and they're all Arab for some reason, and they're trying to screw me out. They're like $100. I'm like, off $100. Haggling, $100. No, not even close, dude. Not even close. Not even close. And I can't get rid of this furnace either, the boiler. I think I need to come down on the boiler. I think I'll just put it up for $200 and get rid of it. It's at like $350 right now. I know it's 7 years old, or 7 or 8 years old, but it only ran for 2 or 3, which is basically a brand new boiler. Whatever. Guess I just gotta lower the price to get rid of it. I got rid of the fridge. I gave it to a friend for like $400 because I think I spent a little bit more than that Sean gave me a really good deal at Buffalo Wholesale, and I don't want to. If the good Lord is going to bless me, if Basement Jesus is going to bless me with good deals, I'm not going to screw over somebody else or get up on the people that got me those things for a couple extra $100. That feels cheap and wrong. So if Sean's going to give it to me for a hell of a deal, and then I'm too dumb to measure, then I should give it to somebody for what I got it for, if not a little bit less, and pass on that saving. So I gave it to another Buffalo copper that needed it. So we've got that going on for us. We're not total jagoffs here, taking advantage of the good people that are helping out the crack house. Speaking of good people helping out the crack house, Basement Jesus. Oh, there's a spider. There's a spider near Basement Jesus. He crept through that little hole right there. Do you see that? He's on. Oh, I gotta clean you, Lord. Golly, I gotta clean Basement Jesus up. This is, he's no worse than the way that I found him. That's for sure. Far better off. But nonetheless, I can't have spiders crawling on my Lord. That's just not the right thing to do. Basement Jesus, thank you so much for helping me learn. I know that this journey is not yet at an end, and anything could happen. Please don't let this turn into Sodom and Gomorrah and set on fire and turn into pillars of salt. Please don't, Lord. But we are near the end of this journey. We're nearing the promised land, Lord. Sweet Basement Jesus, we are nearing the promised land. Oh, I am thankful for you and for the people.
I'm gonna go check out here real quick, and then I'm just gonna check out Lying Fork real quick, and then I might go back. I'll just see who's there, because I think it's the lobby's probably over already, because it's past 12. I'm gonna say hello to Adrian. Call it a day. I'm gonna see Adrian real quick.
The bracelet.
Where's Adrian?
What's the Beyblade launcher?
Never mind.
As far as context went, she just kind of stays in her home.
Where's Adrian? Is Adrian on the roof?
God, pretty much.
There he is.
Stays in her home until...
Adrian! How you doing, Adrian?
Oh!
How are you doing?
But you?
Good day. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you. No, I want to at least see you today. All right.
All right. Hey, DT.
Yes, what's
up? Are you
up?
going to be here Thursday?
Thursday at like 4? Or you're talking about the Lotus? Oh, I could come by. Something going on Thursday?
Yeah, we going to open for now on Thursdays and Fridays for now on. So, yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I should be able to swing by on Thursday. It's no big deal.
Okay. All right.
I'll
see you then.
See you then. Same time, 11
see you
p.m.
Oh, 12 a.m. EST.
Which is 11 p.m. CST. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Gotcha.
I'll see you then.
Yep. See you then.
Places
Okay.
my little steak on Cat's head.
I had to at least say hi to Adrian once before going back to the where I was at. All right, let me reopen that instance. I'm gonna go load another Copper Street instance. Invite me back to that one I was just at. There we go. Load it back up. Ooh, my fucking stomach is hurting me right now, man. Ooh. So many residence lists. Oh, it shows us the residents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, 20 people. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, it's 19. Sorry. All right. Ooh. Alright, where's he at? Oh, he's at the Great Plug Republic. Alright, let's watch the rest of this video.
People watching that have supported this endeavor. Because without you, Lord, I don't know if I could handle this. Here we are, down tens of thousands of monies, but I have gained so much more patience. Definitely patience. Wisdom, yes. And I can be thankful for that. So thank you, Basement Jesus, for turning me into a less powerful, nowhere near well-known and lack of power. Yeah, definitely not, way less powerful but similar to King Solomon, who, when asked what he would like, he said wisdom, and then he got all three. It was like wisdom, power, and riches, and he said it wisdom, and the good Lord blessed him with all three. So maybe the other two are coming for me, Lord. Just hopefully praying in your name. Amen. It's alive! It's alive and it's on Jesus' face! No! Get out! No! No, he moved! He's right there! Oh! Oh! He's crawling! This son of a gun! Get out of here! You! Huh? You Satan? Huh? Spurter! Huh? Spurter! Get out! Be gone, Satan! Be gone, Satan! Look at him crawl! Look at him crawl! Get out here! Get out here! Power of Christ compels you! Flick! Dead! Not in my house! Not in our house! Satan! Okay, I couldn't end on that. We got him. Basement Jesus is now spider-free. I think I'm gonna have to hang him up. There's no extra screws here. I'm gonna find another screw and I'm gonna put him right there. Bad. Oh wait. No, not that. Okay. Well, either way, we know where he's going from now on. Okay. Well, that's all I've got for this edition of This Old Crack House. Please, if you enjoyed yourself and are really starting to enjoy how the Crack House is coming along, think about getting yourself a shirt. Pow! Basement Jesus. We talked to him. There was a spider on him. Bad omen. But he still blesses our house. Let him bless yours. Or, you know, if you're not into, you know, basement Jesus, well then, get yourself this old crack house t-shirt. It's awesome. I'm sure you've worked on a crack house yourself, and maybe you want to share and tell the world about how you too endeavored in something that cost way too much money that you thought was going to be a fantastic income opportunity, like me. So, this old crack house, I think you'll enjoy it. Carry on.
Work, do every day, hard work.
Gimbal lock disabled.
Boom! Filling in the fountain.
Dude, can you see that? The basement caved in. Day one of owning a crack house.
Alright, what else we got on YouTube to watch?
Let's play a game called Who's Been Deployed? Yep, he's been deployed. Yep, you deployed. Yep, they've deployed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's play a game called...
That's pretty funny. Oh my god, that's so much cheese on a pizza. Oh, let's see, what else we got? Ranking light beers. Oof. Oof. Ooh, submarine food of World War II. Now, this is something I
With a
do.
fatality rate of over 20%, being a crew member aboard a U.S. submarine during World War II was one of the most dangerous jobs in the military. But they were also some of the best fed. They got to enjoy meals like these Swiss steaks and mashed potatoes, which I'm making using the cookbook of the U.S. Navy. So thank you to Babbel for sponsoring this video as we dive into submarine cuisine, this time on Tasting History. Ever since World War II, the submarines of the U.S. Navy have been known for their top quality grub. So much so that the officers actually eat the same food as the enlisted men. Going back and looking at the menus from several subs during the war, we can see that they ate 3 full meals a day with breakfasts often including fresh fruit, eggs, cereal, bacon, and cinnamon buns. Lunch might be chicken fricassee, lamb with mint sauce, or pork chops with ice cream and a pie to round it off. And then supper of beef stew, meatloaf, salmon salad, fresh
They're not
corn,
wrong.
and
We actually
apple
ate
pie
pretty
to
damn
finish
good
off
on
the
a
day.
submarine.
Not a bad spread at all, especially when compared with the food that was being served to most of the military
Oh
at the
yeah,
time.
we
What's
because they had
really
a
cool
we had a
is
proper
that
kitchen.
Almost all of the dishes on those menus can be found in this, the cookbook of the United States Navy. And this is the actual cookbook from 1945. And looking at a midday meal from the USS Ronquil in March of 1945, the men ate Swiss steak and boiled potatoes, both of which are in this book. But instead of the boiled potatoes, because they are just literally boiled potatoes, I'm going to make the mashed potato recipe, but it is one using dehydrated, shredded potatoes, which would have been available later in a submarine's patrol after all the fresh potatoes had run out. But first, let us start with the Swiss steak. Now, these recipes make enough for 100 men, which would have been a good amount for the crew of a submarine, which was usually about 80 men, but is way too much for the crew of Tasting History, which is me. So I am going to cut this recipe way down. So instead of 42 pounds of boneless beef, I'm going to use 3.5 pounds or 1.5 kilograms of boneless beef. Chuck roast is a good cut. Then 2/3 cup or 80 grams of flour, 1 tablespoon of salt, a half teaspoon of pepper, a 1/3 cup or 75 milliliters of cooking oil, 1 pound or 450 grams of canned chopped tomatoes, and a half pound or 225 grams of sliced onions. Then another half teaspoon of salt and another 1/3 cup or 40 grams of flour. The recipe starts by saying to cut the meat into 6-ounce steaks 1 to 1.5 inches thick, and I think mine were about 6 ounces, but they were definitely not uniform. Then you whisk together the flour, salt, and the pepper, and give a generous dusting of that to each steak, coating them front and back and on all the sides, pressing the flour mixture into the meat. Then heat the cooking oil in a heavy skillet over high heat. Frankly, I think that the amount of cooking oil that the recipe calls for is probably too much, at least in my kitchen, so if you want to cut it in like half, that'd be good. However much you use though, once it's very hot, set several of the steaks in and cook them on both sides until they are well browned. Like I said, with this much oil, you really have to be careful of hot, sputtering oil flying everywhere when you flip them, but once they are well browned, it says to place the steaks in a roasting pan and then add the tomatoes over them and cover the whole thing with the sliced onions. Then sprinkle the last half teaspoon of salt over them, then cover the pan and set it in the oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, 150 Celsius for 3 hours or until the steaks are nice and tender. That's why chuck roast or shank or brisket would all be good cuts for this because they will benefit from that long cook time. You don't want to use something like a ribeye or a filet because it'll just be tough. When the meat is nice and tender though, take it out of the oven and then drain as much of the cooking liquid as you can and put it into a small saucepan. Then in another bowl, mix together the 1/3 cup of flour with about as much water. The recipe just says to make a paste. It doesn't actually say how much water to use, so I made a thick paste, but you can always make it thinner when you are preparing the sauce. So add the paste to the drippings and mix it in, and then cook it over a medium-high heat for 3 to 4 minutes until you have a well-thickened gravy. Again, you can add more water if you want. Then pour that over the meat. Now I gotta say, while this was cooking, the whole house smelled absolutely wonderful. A lot better than the pungent aroma of the sauerkraut soup that I made last year when I did a video on World War I German submarines. The infamous U-boat, or Unterseeboot, which literally means undersea boat. A simple translation that you can do when you learn some German from today's sponsor, Babbel. Babbel is one of the after leaving 55 grams of melted butter. So I don't know if the dehydrated potato shreds of today are maybe different than the ones that they had in 1945. It's very, very possible. But this is one of those instances where just following the recipe did not work. It says to heat water to vigorous boil, pour over potatoes. Cover, let stand in warm place 15 minutes or over low heat 10 minutes. Add salt, stir vigorously 15 to 20 minutes or until smooth. Add milk and butter, whip until light, serve immediately. And I did just that. I heated the water to a boil, poured it over the potatoes, and covered them for 15 minutes. And it was in a warm place, but maybe it just wasn't as warm of a place as in a galley of a submarine or a battleship, because when I went to stir them vigorously, there was no way these things were going to get smooth. I even put them in a stand mixer for 15 minutes, only to have them be the exact same consistency as they were before. So I decided to boil them a little bit to hopefully soften them up. So I added a little bit more water and put them on a medium heat for 10 minutes. And they were definitely softer, but stirring them vigorously was still not going to ever make these things smooth. So at this point I said, to heck with it, they're mashed potatoes, so I'm just going to mash the potatoes. And that did work, to a point. They still had a firmer texture than any normal mashed potato, but they were good enough to add in the milk and the butter. Then the recipe says to whip them vigorously, so I put them back in the stand mixer, and after just a few minutes, they actually did end up looking like something that might pass as a mashed potato. But before we try these mashed potatoes and Swiss steaks, make sure to like this video. It really does help out the channel. 75% fatality rate of German U-boat personnel during the war. But it was still one of the most dangerous positions in the US military, which is one reason why they got to eat a lot better than their above-water counterparts. Another reason was because spending up to 8 weeks in a metal tube beneath the waves can make a person go a little stir-crazy. And good food was there to provide a bit of comfort. And it was pretty much the only comfort that they had, because life in a sub was cramped. There were different classes of submarine, but on average they had 80 men aboard, 70 enlisted crew, and 10 officers. And they were quite a bit smaller than the modern subs in the Navy, having about 1/3 as much displacement. This means a lot less room per man. An enlisted man, in addition to his bunk, only got 1 square foot of personal storage space. On top of that, they typically smelled bad, a mingle of body odor, diesel fuel, cooking food, cigarettes, sometimes sewage. Not great. And it didn't help that when submerged, the engine room could get up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which would then heat up the entire sub. Now, US subs did have air conditioning, which none of the other countries had, but it didn't work to the effectiveness that it does today, so they were quite warm. So between all of that unpleasantness, plus the fact that they were constantly worried about depth charges and enemy torpedoes, this meant that an outsized portion of the crew's morale was in the hands of the cook on duty. And there was usually a chief cook with 2 to 4 other cook petty officers to help, and then there were often several mess cooks who did more of the grunt work of cleaning the galley, the scullery, and the mess area where the enlisted men actually ate. And sometimes they helped with food prep and serving as well. A former mess cook recalled there was an art to mess cooking. It was similar to lion taming. Drop your whip, and the animals ate you. Now, the first job of the chief cook actually started before the patrol even began, because they were partly in charge of gathering the provisions for the submarine. And often, the length of a patrol was not dictated by how much fuel they had or the morale of the men, but rather from how much food they could cram into this steel tube. In those first days of a patrol, every inch of the sub was filled with provisions. Bilges and decks were crammed with boxes of fruits and vegetables. Canned goods were stuffed in every nook and cranny, from between torpedo tubes to inside of showers. Lockers were packed with cocoa and condiments, and you might share a bunk with a stack of number 10 cans of peaches or tomatoes. There were areas of the boat that tended to be drier, like forward of the motors, and so sugar could be kept in that area. And then there were areas that were particularly warm and damp, like the torpedo room bilges, and so coffee and flour, which were sealed in metal containers, were kept in there. In short, the space was very cramped, but not for long, because space freed up as they ate through those provisions. And so at the beginning of a patrol, the food tended to be better because they had a lot of fresh food aboard. Fresh fruit lasted about a week, and then fresh vegetables about 2 weeks. Milk was gone in 3, and then butter in about 4. Fresh eggs also lasted about a month when they were kept in a chill box. After that, they had to switch to powdered eggs. And there are stories of cooks saving some of the shells of the fresh eggs, and when they had switched over to powdered eggs, they would take the shells and kind of put them out in the kitchen so that they might trick the enlisted men to thinking that they were actually getting fresh eggs. But as someone who has eaten powdered eggs here on the channel before, I can tell you, nobody was fooled. They do not taste anything like, or really feel anything like, actual fresh eggs. And as things like fresh fruit and eggs ran out, it put more pressure on the other food that was aboard. Like, they usually had frozen meat, about 1.5 tons that was stored in the freezer. And then there was coffee, which was available at all hours and made with 10-gallon drip percolators, and was, along with cigarettes, the lifeblood of a submarine. Now, with that much coffee, you needed a lot of potable water, which, for many of the subs that were built during the war, wasn't a problem because they had big stills on board that could provide the ship with plenty of distilled water. So much so that they would often get weekly showers and even laundry done. But there were some older boats, like the S-boat, which didn't have that luxury, and water was at such a premium that washing and laundry were generally out of the question. According to one sailor on an S-boat at the time, the only person who really got to wash was the cook, and even then he was limited to 7 cups of water in a bucket. The wash-up consisted of washing the face, neck, arms, and hands using socks or skivvies as a rag. Next, the same water was used for the trunk, legs, and feet. Last came the privates. Then the socks and skivvies themselves were washed. It is said that some cooks then added the used water to the coffee urn after the socks and skivvies had been squeezed back into the bucket. I'm really sure that that is not true, but still it does put one off wanting to drink coffee aboard some of those smaller submarines. But if coffee wasn't your thing, then maybe you had, like me, a sweet tooth. And luckily, they did have ice cream. Yes, most of the submarines were outfitted with the great morale-boosting ice cream machine. And I actually did an entire video on ice cream in the Navy during World War II, a food that was so important to morale that the Navy had a dedicated ice cream barge. Other sweet treats might include pies or pastries or cinnamon buns for breakfast. There was actually a lot of baking that was done, partly because if the waves were really rolling and they couldn't sit down and have soups and sauces and everything at the table, then they relied on things like pastries and sandwiches made with fresh bread. Most of the baking was done during the mid-watch, between the hours of midnight and 4 a.m. Then, with a lack of counter space, the bread would be put to cool in bread lockers. And the USS Cod Submarine Memorial sent me a video of them opening one of these lockers, which was contained in a bench in the crew mess. It had holes in it so that the air could circulate and cool the bread. Of course, this did make easy access for cockroaches, and a lot of submarines did have a problem with cockroaches. They say that the USS Cod did not, at least during World War II, but other subs definitely did. Also, the USS Cod has a great YouTube channel where they walk you through all the different parts of the ship, and it's really well done, so I will put a link to their channel in the description. Now, all of this food was being served over 3 meals throughout the day, and each meal was broken up into 3 seatings because the mess was typically not big enough for all of the men to sit at. So they would have to cram them in, so most of the men were eating in about 10 or 12 minutes at most, as long as you were an enlisted man, because if you were an officer, it was a totally different situation. Like I said before, the officers did eat the same food as the rest of the crew, but they didn't eat it in the crew mess, they ate it in the wardroom. Several stewards would bring the food from the galley to the officers' pantry, and there they would plate it up on nice china decorated with the fouled anchor. In addition, they had nice silverware and white linen tablecloths and napkins. They also typically didn't have the same time crunch that enlisted men did, so they could often sit there after their meal and enjoy a cigarette or a cigar. And while they were eating the same grub as all the other men, there were ways to spruce up the meal provided you had a good steward. Like the steward could use the officer's vacuum percolator to make the coffee rather than the drip coffee percolator that the men had. It was a much better cup of coffee. Also, as one officer, James Calvert, recalled, "I soon learned that having a steward who is liked by the ship's cook can be important. There are good cuts of meat, and then there are the other cuts." But even with a finer cut of meat and a better cup of coffee, officers still could not escape the fact that they were trapped in a metal tube on the rolling seas, especially when those seas were really rolling. The first meal of the big storm was roast pork and mashed potatoes. The stewards had soaked the white linen tablecloth and its soft underpad with water so that the plates and half-filled glasses would not slide. Bracing myself with one hand, I did my best to eat with the other. It was slow going, but I was making it. He says that then they brought some apple pie, but he decided not to stick around because one of the other officers had a rum-soaked cigar that he lit up, and it made the whole wardroom smell. Now, besides stormy seas, occasional seasickness, and an errant cockroach, there was one other thing that could really put a damper on the food, and that was the red light. I always wondered why in movies, in submarines, the lights go red at certain times, and it turns out there are actually several reasons, but one of the most important reasons is that it cuts down on the time that it takes your eyes to adjust from light to dark. So instead of like white light to dark, where it takes a while to adjust, if it goes red light to dark, it adjusts in just a couple seconds. Now, from what I understand, they usually just use these red lights when they are submerged or when they are going into combat, but maybe somebody who actually has spent time on a sub can confirm or deny or shed some more light on that. But it seems that during World War II, there was on at least one submarine a long period where all they had was red light. The initial novelty of living under red lights, with red mashed potatoes, black vegetables, and other unearthly colored foods, had worn off even before reaching Pearl Harbor. There it had served as a conversation piece, but now, 3 weeks later, I believed it was one of the factors affecting Wahoo's morale. But provided your food was the right color and provided the seas were calm, it does seem that even as an enlisted man or an officer, eating aboard a U.S. submarine in World War II wasn't bad. But I am going to reserve judgment until I try this meal from the USS Ronquil from 1945. And here we are, Swiss steaks and mashed potatoes from a World War II U.S. submarine. So what I think is really cool is I found on eBay these fouled anchor plates. These are actually the plates. I got one dish and then one other plate that were used on the World War II submarines for the officers. I thought that was pretty cool. Let's start with these mashed potatoes, which I'm super curious about. Here we go. Okay, so the texture is They're a little lumpy. There was some stuff that just wouldn't mash, but the flavor is really good. I mean, there's a bunch of butter and milk in there. It actually reminds me of like the mashed potatoes that we had in school as a kid, which were probably like flake potatoes. Pretty good. And now for the meat. Let me try to get a bit. Yeah, so it kind of just falls apart, which is nice. Get some onions, some tomato, the whole thing. There we go. That's really good. Fantastic. This is a really good meal. I'm not surprised. I mean, they were known for having good food. Most everything I've ever made from the U.S. Navy cookbook has been good, provided it doesn't use powdered eggs. Really don't like those. But this is definitely one of the best. Also, just one curious thing that I saw on the menu from the Wrong Quill is that they served fresh frozen corn. Is that a thing? It's either fresh corn or it's frozen corn. I don't see how it can be fresh frozen corn. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. Either way.
What else we got to watch? Let's see. Let's see what else we got.
The founder of the ancient Greek philosophy. Associated with them in any way, but I'm still super excited because it's like a history-based. Associated with them in any way, but I'm still associated with fermentation. And there are mentions of alcohol something in it because it went to Catraith of poetry and poetry. Anyway, maybe if you drink enough of it, and it smells very yeasty. Anyway, let's give it a shot. So once 2 nights have passed, pour the mead into that final clean vessel, and it's ready to drink. Oh dear. Oh, no. Okay. Well, that was embarrassing. My ale horn seems to be leaking. That's not good. Nobody likes a leaky ale horn. So instead, I'm using a beer mug, and that's okay. So let's go ahead and try this mead. It smells very yeasty still. I guess is to be expected. I like it. You know what? It's not as... When I poured it, it was effervescent, but when you drink it, you don't really get it. It's pretty flat. There's definitely some alcohol in there, though I don't know how much, because I didn't... You can find out. There are ways you can test it and everything. I didn't do it. Definitely alcoholic, though. And definitely super sweet. I think it would mellow if I gave it some more time, which I'm going to do. Obviously not fermenting, but I am going to leave it in that second bottle, maybe 6 months. Maybe in 6 months, we do another episode on something else, and I drink the rest of the mead, and we see how it goes. Anyway, go make yourself some mead. It's actually not that hard. Just take some time and enjoy life and enjoy poetry. And I will see you next time on Tasting History. Last week on Tasting History, we made a medieval Arabic candy and discussed the rather happy-go-lucky history of sugar up through the year 1492. But as the sweet stuff makes its way over to the New World, the story gets a little less happy-go-lucky, and so I'm gonna need a drink. And that's why today we are making an historic sugar and rum-based drink called Victoria Punch.
Striker!
So get ready for a cocktail as we delve into the darker side of the history of sugar, this time on Tasting History. For 24 hours in the brandy and rum, add the sugar, water, and milk, and when well mixed, strain through a jelly bag. This punch may be bottled and used afterward, hot or cold. Half associated with them in any way, but I'm still super excited because it's like a history-based game of like my favorite time period, Saxons. Heart and mead. Today we're eating mead would have been drunk. I think nature and even investing. So if like me you have it has a lot of sediment at the bottom, which I'm going to try not to get too much of. But let's see here. Oh, so fizzy. All right. It is so clear. So if you remember, before it was very foggy, and now it's perfectly clear. So something has changed. It's also a lot more effervescent than it was 6 months ago. Let's give this a taste. It's actually really quite alcoholic. It's not sweet. There's a little sweetness to it, but I mean, last time it was like drinking honey water. This is really good. Maybe I should become a mead maker. Is that a good career choice? I don't know. Yes, I think it would be. Mead maker. Maker of mead. Max the mead maker. Anyway, if you haven't seen the first episode, I will put a link in the description and probably up here to where you can watch me actually make the mead and taste it for the first time. This is also a good time to make sure that you have subscribed to Tasting History and go ahead and journal. And sometimes it's hard to tell what is real and what is not. Lincoln Hilda, who is at this point is described as a snake. So Zigguard and Ritz, and then it's ready to serve. And here we are, roasted heart of the Viking Age. I'm going to slice myself a piece off here. Heart is not for me. I don't have the stomach for heart, it turns out. I mean, I ate it. The flavor actually...
Alright, I think that was good enough shit.
It's very honeyed, but the flavor is not my issue.
Alright, let's go raid somebody. I just, relaxing today. Oh. You know what? Oh. Who are we going to raid? Trying to find somebody. Give me 1 second. Oh, Sleepy Pizza.